Hey guys, how the frig's it going today? She's a cloudy one. Probably gonna rain. Freaking lovely. I forgot my phone, I forgot my wallet. Today's project is build a friggin' trapdoor that I can open with ease, to get into the crawl space with ease, so I don't have to friggin' do stupid stuff to do simple things underneath the house. Where I can just peel back the carpet, pull open a door, jump down there, get shit did, jump back out, close the door, put the carpet back over it, we're done. You know, simple, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So I did some thinking last night and I came up with a solution. Like I said on the previous video, I watched the video by Zach Fowler where he basically was cutting indentations into wood to join two pieces of wood to make like kind of like a I don't know what to call the method. I almost want to call it planing and joining, but it's not like a tongue and groove because it wasn't really a tongue and groove. It was two grooves that meshed together and made a perfect square with a little bit of shit sticking out, like a little bit of wood sticking out the end. I don't know what the term's called. Guys, I am not a carpenter. I've said it multiple times on previous videos. If you haven't seen the bed build in the back of the truck, I think I said it about 72 times in that video. Anyway, we gotta go to Home Depot because I need some hinges. Don't know where my chisels are. I thought for sure Dad bought me chisels at Christmas one year because I need my chisels. Is that them there? Or those punches? Oh, okay. All right. One time we got chisels. Sweet. Well, punches and chisels. So we have some chisels and we have some punches. Okay, so let's just put that back where we found it so we know where it is, because best way to find it again. What I need is a pack of hinges, and they actually have what I want. It's a recessed circular handle for a trap door, and it's actually called that. So when I looked it up, it was like the first thing that popped up. So go SEO, right? So we're gonna take a rip over to Home Depot. Oh, it is raining. Well, this is going to be a fun ride. Wasn't supposed to rain today. It's supposed to be just overcast, but well, hopefully it's not raining down in London. Bloke just built himself a new carp cart, and he wants to go and test it out at the conservation area today and try and catch some carp. So fire up Dirty Bird. Let's get over to mother friggin' Home Depot. Alrighty, we're down here at Home Depot. I was gonna film the drive down, but I'm like, you know what? Let's just get in there, get our shit, get home, and start building. It's the Constructioneer series. Not really, but we're doing some constructing today. So once again, guys, I'm not a carpenter. If I see anything in there that I'm interested in, I might whip out the phone and take a shot. I'm not gonna bring the GoPro in because they don't like that, but everybody owns a cell phone, so I might be able to get away filming with that. Anyway, pitter patter, have at her, get in there, get her shit. Alrighty guys, we're home. My knee is finally fixed. Yeah, somehow I hurt I was about to lock the door, close it, and realized I left the keys in the ignition. Problem when you drive a car from 1988, it doesn't have auto locks, eh? Truck, I got the key fob. I always lock it from the fob. With that thing, you gotta manually lock the doors. So if I ever bring anybody anywhere, I gotta remind them, hey, lock the door when you get out, because I don't have a chirp. Anyway, my hands are full of stuff. Once I get inside here, I'll show you what we got. I gotta go to the garage. I gotta get the Ryobi driver, probably a drill. And this video is gonna have us going inside the garage and back in here a friggin' lot. So these were on sale, so I figured I'd grab them because why not? It's the Impact driving set. I have some of these. I think I got a Ryobi kit in here somewhere, but I really wanted the Ryobi ones. So, because you know, go green. Bought these for hinges. Hopefully they work. I'm hoping that they don't recess out the floor too far and you don't feel them on your feet through the carpet. You never know. Some 2.5-inch wood screws, basically to mount the plywood directly to the 2x4s. Yeah, we'll see how that works out. And then this is what I'm going to use for the latch. I saw this on the site. It was 11 bucks. Basically, you just lift that up, you can pull it out, and then pop it in. I'm gonna have to use like a hole saw or something and a chisel to build that there in the plywood so that it can recess in and be flush. Maybe chisel out whatever that is, like a millimeter of wood, so that it's perfectly flush with the wood. I don't know, I got some ideas in my brain. Whether or not I can bring them into fruition, that's another story, guys. I'm not a carpenter, I just play one on YouTube. What that means, if you haven't figured it out yet, is I am not a professional carpenter. I'm just taking on a project to see if I can get it done. Yeah, we'll go from there. So I'm gonna need the chisels. I'm gonna leave the chisels out here because I'm gonna do all the chiseling out here because it's gonna be messy as frig. I need to move some stuff around because I'm gonna need this bench vise for sure. Don't think I need my torch today. We're gonna need this bench vise to hold the piece of wood for chiseling, and I'm pretty sure it goes wide enough where I should be able to put the wood in so it's width-wise, I guess is the proper terminology. Probably not, but who cares? And then from there, what I can do is chisel down what I need to the depth that I need to go. I'm gonna need a pencil because we need to template this out before we start cracking into it. And I'm also gonna need to do something else, and that's have a pee, because before I even turned on the camera this morning, I had an athletic screen. First thing I do every morning, that's my breakfast, is AG1. But I throw 3 scoops of protein in it. So it's filling, it's full of nutrition, vitamins, and within 10 minutes, you feel the effects of the AG1, which is like, it's like drinking a coffee, but there's no caffeine in it. You just get tons of energy, you feel great, your body feels great, everything starts working right, and you're good to go. All right, time to get crack-a-lackin'. Alrighty guys, here's my dumb idea. Scampers, get out of here. Jesus, Murphy, always in the way. So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna shave off right here about 3/4 of an inch. I think is this 3/4 inch plywood or 1 inch plywood? I guess it'd be easier if I actually had a measuring tape and, you know, measured. So what I'm thinking is this 3/4 inch plywood. Forgot I'm running the living room lights at like 10%, so I just cranked them. Anyway, what I'm thinking is I want to set this up so that every edge is on a 2x4. So what I'm thinking, and it's dumb, but it's gonna work in my brain anyway, is, okay, we'll take this off. We're gonna put it back on, but we're gonna take these 2x4s. Like, let's put one here, and one here, and one here. I'll show you in a minute if you can't see it. Basically, what I'm gonna do is recess this down using the chisels. My big question is let me grab the hinges. I wanna see how big those plates are, because I might have to move this down a bit. Okay, I just got the hinge sitting underneath. It's actually gonna sit on top, but I'm thinking that should probably do. I'm gonna have to do some cutting into the wood to recess that hinge down a little bit, but that's what the chisels are for. Now I know they make chisels for this project. I saw them over at Home Depot, but I wasn't paying that price. I'm also gonna have to bring this down just a little bit because we're gonna have to cut this backboard too. There's a lot of cool air coming in from under there. That's good. That's really good. All right, I'm gonna get the chopping, or not the chopping, but the tracing. All right, I had to cat proof the hole because if she saw that, she'd be down there, and I never get her back because she's not smart. Anyway, let's go to the garage and start chiseling. Everything's marked. Just need to start burrowing holes. Once again, I am not a carpenter. All right, well, I don't know how I'm gonna get the shot for this, so I'm just not gonna. I'm gonna get it done and then show you the final product because I got no room anywhere to put a tripod. I don't think I have a tripod out here. The joys of being a YouTuber, man. Trying to get the shot while trying to do a job. It adds an extra 70 minutes to your workload, because I don't think I can actually put you guys up here because the drill's in the way. No, that's gonna fall and break again. I already replaced this tripod once. I don't want to do it again. And I have to have it higher, and I'm not sitting it on the 2x4. Okay, I'm just gonna do the job. I'll be back. All right, guys. I decided that that method wasn't gonna work. As you probably already decided to mention in the comment. I'm gonna need to fabricate a proper gate. Right now is not the time to do that. So what I did was I put the new filter in. That's the old filter over there. I reinserted the planks, but number 6 wasn't going in. So I took it out to the garage and shaved some material off. It's still too tight. It needs a little bit more taken off. So I'm gonna keep doing that until we get it right. It also turns out the chisels that I have, yeah, they're punch chisels, not wood chisels. That's what Dad bought me. He bought me punches, not wood chisels. So the difference between the two is wood chisels are sharp and meant to whittle wood, where punch chisels just put a massive dent in the wood. You know, like if you're gonna be doing a staple and you want the staple to be recessed, hit it with the punch, insert your staple, it'll sit below the wood, and then, you know, you don't catch it with your sock or whatever. I really wish I had a hand planer. That would make this job so much easier to remove wood, but Eyes does not. And I don't think I want to go out and shop anymore, even though a hand planer would come up clutch. All right, I'm surprised that didn't break. I just dropped the Tim Hortons friggin' coffee for the coffee baits because my bench is in shambles. But yeah, these are not wood chisels. They're heat treated alloyed steel, straight up punch and chisel set, but the chisels are dull as frig. So I guess the only option I have, I had some way to, this vise and this friggin' shitty drill press are in the way. That might end up in the dump one of these days because I replaced the capacitor on it, but it still is like hit or miss. Couldn't find the right tool to do it, so I used the wrong tool. The old ripper saw. I was gonna use the jigsaw, but then I'm like, no, this thing will cut faster. And it did. Just gonna sand it flat because yeah, I did a great job. There, now it should fit no matter what the friggin' house does. Flexes, bends, folds in half, gets sucked up by the sinkhole. Either way, I should be able to access my furnace. Well, obviously, unless it gets sucked up into a sinkhole, right? Because accessing the furnace will be the least of my concerns. But that sinkhole is getting pretty big. If that doesn't give away this winter, next year I'm probably gonna have to call a guy and get a load of something in and pour it in there and make it normal. But yeah, the trapdoor idea is still in effect. It's just, I got the parts to do it. I just don't have the will or want to do it today. Not with what I have. I'm gonna buy some better lumber to use. Tell me, Mike, I didn't just see you go down there, did I? Scampers, where are you? Scampers! I don't think she's down there, but if she is, welcome to your new home, kitty, because I'm not going in there after you. But now it fits like a glove. Cool. Scampers, where are you? Oh, you're over there. Okay. I never had a cat so dumb in my life. Like Felix was derpy, but Scampers is straight up suicidal stupid. Especially when she's stuck somewhere and you're calling her over so you can get her out of a situation and she just doesn't answer. Or she answers, but she just won't come. Like, you're trying to help her. She's like, no, I'm scared. Frig off, cat. All right, I'm just gonna straighten this rug up because right now it's gonna trigger somebody in the audience's OCD. Mind you, this entire house should be doing that because there isn't a straight corner in this freaking house. Everything's all crooked as balls. All right, this can go in the garbage. This can go in the garbage. I can get it out of here. That's the old one for the old furnace that blew up on me last November. Literally, should have seen the gaping hole in the side of it. It blew up. I put my tomahawk pendant back on because it's not working. I don't want to get that caught on anything. I'm broken. This stuff can go out to the garage. I'm gonna bring that piece of plywood out to the garage. No, I almost debated on going out to Canadian Tire and buying a planer. Then I was like, I really don't feel like going out today. Really don't feel like it. Didn't feel like doing much today. Just wanted to do that project and then chill. Like I said, I got dinner tonight with family in about 5 hours. So yeah. That's going to be my one meal for the day because I don't count my protein shake in the morning as a meal. Some people might because there is calories in it, about 400 calories in that protein shake. And Athletic Greens doesn't really have that many calories. I think it's like 80 calories. So yeah, 500 calorie breakfast and then whatever I order at Boston Pizza, which there isn't much there I can eat because I don't eat pasta because in the 60 seconds of me farting video, you know damn straight that was due to pasta. I eat pasta and I just become a gas machine. I don't eat bread much anymore. So yeah, there's not really much at Boston Pizza I can eat. I'm just going because I haven't seen my cousin in a couple of years. So I figured, why the frig not? I don't know. I'll find something and pay the price. Both in cash and gas from my ass. No one farts for free. All right, I guess my next step is make this garage ready to take Dirty Bird in. I'm gonna do that off video. Either I can just work and get it done or not have to worry about getting the shot. I'm telling you guys, being a YouTuber and trying to film your projects, pain in the ass. Yeah, next year I'm definitely gonna buy 407 transponder. Probably saying, Adam, what the heck is that? If you're not, cool if you want it. Basically, the 407 highway, every time I go to Blokes, I take the 11, the 400, and then to avoid that Toronto area, which is just a pain in the cock, I usually take the 407 ETR, the express toll route. Now, that used to belong to Ontario back in the day, but the government was stupid and sold it to some Arab company for like $2 million or something dumb. So I want to say it cost me $32 for the last time. So yeah, about 16 bucks one way. And you're only on it for like 40 minutes. But the nice thing about it is you bypass the 400, 401 turnoff in Toronto. So that benefit there is worth the money to me. Because if I drive all the way to Toronto and then all the way to the 401, I take the 400 to the 401, it adds an extra 45 minutes to my trip. Because I remember, like, I checked on the, there was a video we did back in the day. It was, well, we also had to do 90 kilometers an hour because the car couldn't do it. So we brought the farm car down to David's farm. But during that run down, it took us about 6 hours to get there. And I used to be able to do that rip super fast. We took the 400 to the 401, 401 to Highway 78, 78 through Stratford, down line 25 right to Lucan. Going to Blokes, however, it's a little different. You take 400 to 401, or 400 to 401, and you ride the 401 till one of the London turnoffs. Take that and you're practically on his back door. Guys, if I'm ever looking for a measuring tape and I'm in the house, just remind me there's one right there on the fridge. But yeah, the 407. If you have a transponder though, you don't pay the toll every time you use it. You can use it for free. And the cost of the transponder is like, I think it was like 50 bucks for the year. And I've done 3 trips so far, so that's 32 times 3, right? It's like $96 right there. So even if I would have bought the transponder this year, it would have saved me money, which would have been the smart thing to do. But I do dumb things, so we all know this. Well, hell, you're watching this video and you saw me try and turn a bunch of 2x4s into a trap door. My best bet is cut that plywood, or get some plywood, cut it to the size of the trap door, build a 1x2 frame underneath it to reinforce it, and then install that as a trap door. But right now, I don't have the time for that. Well, I do, I just don't really feel like it. So I'm just not gonna. But yeah, next year I'll get the transponder that way there, because like fishing, bass fishing in London's different. North Bay, he's zone 16, I'm zone 11. Zone 11, bass opens in May when walleye open. So we can just go after bass, throw on beds, we can bang them off their beds. They're so invasive up here, not invasive. They're so well populated because they don't classify as an invasive fish. It's just there's so freaking many of them that they open the season earlier to see if we can kind of clear some out. But a lot of bass anglers catch and release like me. I used to eat bass. Not a bad fish, not my favorite. I'd rather walleye and pike. They taste better. I'll never do sucker again or sheep's head. That was me being stupid. They're hoping people will catch them and bring them home and eat them. But that's not the case, because a lot of sport anglers just go and catch it, weigh it. The one I had with Bloke, in case we caught some massive monkeys, we could straight up weigh them and figure out what because Bloke doesn't even know what his PB is yet, and he should have weighed that one from the other time when I went down. Anyway, a lot of anglers who bass fish, catch and release, nobody really keeps. And I thought about keeping some this year and eating them, but it's too much work. It's like, you got to bring it home, clean it, and you got this rotting carcass. The last year I was doing it, I was taking the carcasses, putting them in bags, chucking them in the freezer, letting them freeze. Come garbage day, take the frozen carcass out, throw it in the garbage, and by the time they picked it up, it was partially thawed and stunk. Versus what I did the first couple of years of clean the fish, bag it, and throw it in my can and let it friggin' marinate in there. And then when the garbage guy opened the friggin' garbage can, it stunk so bad he would just puke everywhere. Because that's always fun. Our bass opens in May, but theirs doesn't open till the last weekend in June. However, carp is all season long. So if I go down there next week and next year for May 2 for a weekend, or even Easter weekend, depending on what the weather's like, unless he does things for Easter, I don't know. We can go carp fishing and try our luck at that. Because we got some pretty good spots for carp now. When we went out fishing, we saw a bunch of really juicy spots where you could probably sail some out, chum the water, and hook onto a fat Sally. But that's about it. So yeah. Anyway, guys, sorry I didn't build a trap door today. But like I said, I do have the parts still. I got the hinges here, and I got everything else. I'm going to talk to somebody who actually is a fabricator, a constructioneer, if you will, or whatever, and see what ideas they have for that. Right now, after chopping down board 6, it slides in there perfectly, and it doesn't give me a hassle. And that was always my biggest piss off, was the boards went back in no problem, cool, but they weren't. Not so. After taking the Tiger saw or the Rip saw or whatever the hell that friggin' saw is called, Sawzall, sure, whatever, I think it's a brand, but we'll take it. Chopping off a good inch of wood, now it just slides in there perfectly. No problem. Now if that gets tight again, then I definitely know the house is folding in on itself. And we got a sinkhole underneath the house. And from beneath, it devours. Anyway, guys, once again, sorry I didn't play carpenter today, but I'm not a carpenter. Never proclaimed to be one. Or a good angler for that matter. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you did, click that like button. Any questions, comments, concerns down below to go. And until next time, guys, live to win it. Peace the frig out. Sit, stupid, sit. Good dog.